That's us. Hi everybody. I know there's no many yous in right now. I'm going to give you time to get in, right? This is Kaz, the Diary of the Dark. We've just
Hi
shared the link
guys.
out for, and we've got activity in Kaz's house. And Ouija board at the back here, if you notice, has fell down.
Like literally before we just started this, I said I heard a little bang and I said I think it's just fallen a bit. Literally a couple of seconds later, bigger bang and it fell down completely.
Hi Mister, Cats, hi Legacy, hi Age, hi Dobie. Aye, Kaz is like me, she does a wee thing to the spirits before she goes live, the same as I do, and she just literally did her wee incantation. So who knows what might happen, guys? I've got the cat bottle up here behind me as usual. So anything, I'll see it.
Should I turn the EMF meter on, see if...
turn the EMF meter on. We were actually interviewing Les.
If anyone notices it or anything, just give us a shout, let us know.
Yeah, if you see anything, let us know, guys.
Go on then.
We'll give everybody time to get in. Hi, Legacy, buddy. Yep. Well, we were interviewing Lex last week or the week before, and he had the Spirit Talker app on, and they were using the cat bottle for yes and no answers, and they were using the Spirit Talker app to actually communicate names and things. It was really interesting. We sat there for nearly 2 hours. Just
Right, yeah, I use the sort of yes and no answers with the EMF meter as well.
That's basically what the cat balls is, isn't it?
Yeah. All works on a similar level,
Right, guys, we've got 6 in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let Kaz introduce herself to you. She's got to tell you a bit about herself and her channel and how she gets started. And I've actually put the link at the top of the page. So if you want to go over and hit the link first, please, and give a wee subscribe. If you do that now before we start the interviews, it would be really appreciated. Try to get her up past that 100. The hardest bit to get past is your 100.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. You gain 3, lose 4.
It's terrible. YouTube is brutal for that. You get 2 subscribers and then they take 3 away for you. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
So it's horrible.
I think I need 14 people now to subscribe. 14 people that can hit that 100 mark. There is a competition as well going on for that too once I hit it. So
there's 6 people in. Please go and hit that subscribe, guys. I'll give you a wee minute. I'll drink my tea. And I've not got my witchy mug tonight. It's my mummy one. I've got the mummy head on tonight. Hi, everybody. Hi, Misty Cat. You're usually first in, Misty. I'm surprised you weren't the first tonight as well. Your Toby was first tonight, I think. Your Toby. There's Christopher saying hello to you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just having a look at something.
That's all right.
Sorry for that, guys.
Time to hit your link. I'll just give you a wee minute, guys. I'll wait till it goes to 35 and then Kaz can start telling us all a bit about herself. Right, Kaz, you want to tell us a bit about yourself, Mrs. and your channel? Just how you get started, basically?
Yeah, sure, certainly. Well, hi, guys. Hi, everyone. For those who don't know me, I go by Kaz Van D. And I now run a paranormal / horror art group on Facebook, and obviously I have the more paranormal stuff on the YouTube channel. Started off probably about 10 years ago. I decided I was so into horror. I had like over 400 figure collections. I was making custom figures at the time as well. I was sculpting 12-inch figures from movies, trying to make a little bit of money that way as well.
That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but to be honest with you, I was spending so much money on the materials and not making as much back as for something that's custom built like that, hand painted, hand sculpted. So
you need a buyer for that, don't you? Really, collectibles.
So I decided that I'd open a horror website called Diary of the Dark, and that was about 10 years ago. So I had this website for a couple of years, and it was all going really well. It was, I think, maybe had about 100 people on there. I had to pay for it monthly. I was using sort of the domain and whatever, and it was really good. And then I got personal reasons, got really poorly, hospital for a few months, which obviously meant I couldn't keep up with the Diary of the Dark side of things. And then the recovery from that was quite a few months as well. So I couldn't put into it all the energy and everything that I was before. So I had to step away from that. But I've always been a very spiritual person anyway, just deep within. And that started off probably when I was like seven or ish. So maybe like a year or so ago, I just decided that I'd film what I was doing really and pop that on YouTube and see what happens. See where to, where I could take it from there, and show what I was doing, and things like that. Really, just showing that side of things again, my spirituality and everything. So
what do you? So the film, the horror stuff came first, then, Kaz, and then you started your group. Who's all in your group? Is it just yourself and your partner?
On my Facebook group.
Your paranormal group that you do ghost hunting. Is it just yourself?
Oh, yeah, just myself. But my partner sometimes she's like chalk and cheese really, but it's great. I'll rope her in to do some filming for me, or I'll rope her in to like help me with my makeup or whatever. Or she does quite a bit of the filming when we're doing the. I'm working on a kind of like horror art intro. And I know I've been saying this for like ages, right? But I do promise it is coming soon. I just had a few hiccups with ordering things, and then some of the scenes that we did when I went back to look at them, they weren't the way that I wanted them to be.
Right.
So having to wait a little while for a few props, a few things, and I don't want to give it all away. But
don't give it away.
It is going to be interesting. A gothic horror art intro, maybe like a 3-minute kind of piece. Sort of, there's a baseline for the storyline there.
Right.
That's all I think I'll say, and that's going to be the new intro to Diary of the Dark, because I've decided that I am called Diary of the Dark, and I think I should go a bit darker than what I have been.
Right. Because I've noticed in your channel you like the cemeteries. Is that cemetery close to you that you've been doing quite? I've noticed you were there a couple of months back. That's where I first seen your videos. Was it came up the cemetery?
Right. That was mainly due just to like the lockdown reasons, really.
Lockdown, right.
Because I'm very lucky and I get to ride a YBR 125.
Oh, she's got a motorbike, guys.
Aye, got on my bike. So it's easy for me to like, fly around places and stuff like that. Now, it's about from here to my mum's, I think it's about 30 miles.
Right.
So it's a nice little trip. If I avoid like the A roads, I go down the back roads, down the lanes. It's just really picturesque, really beautiful. And on the way down there, they've got like the Commonwealth War graves. I always stop off, have a little look around there.
Oh, that's good.
And then ride into Tattenhall where she is, and then there's the main church and the main cemetery where the pirate's grave is. I had a good session there. If you are subscribed to my channel,
we'll have a look, guys.
For the Tattenhall pirate's grave, there were some really good EMF responses and necrophonic responses from that, like really good. And the one I think that you're thinking about, that's the local one, is literally a couple of minutes up the road. And again,
that's always handy, isn't it? You've got a cemetery,
isn't it? It's convenient. It's quite small, but it's interesting.
And it was interesting. That's the first video I watched of yours.
Yes, is it?
They seem to like the K2 in that cemetery, didn't they? They like to play with the K2. They love the K2. It just seems to be their tool. You do
Yeah.
find that though, don't you? That every spirit, if you probably go there quite a lot, so you'll find that most spirits find a tool like the K2, the cat balls, or they like to hear their voice, and they usually stick to that. So you know what device to use where. But it was really interesting. I loved it because it was really spot on.
Was that the one where I made connection with a lady called May?
I think so, Kat. You've actually been
And
there
it was,
twice, I think. Remember when we went
yes,
back and there was a man with the
yeah,
dog had passed you, and I said to you, the dog started barking, remember? And I'd
yeah.
said in your comments that the
They
dog maybe
kept,
sensed something.
yeah, they were wearing all around my legs and everywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
the EMF was still going off, and
That's
the
right.
man was trying to talk to me. I was like, oh, I'm trying to sort of do
I
this
know.
right now, but I'm trying to be polite at the same
I
time.
know,
Hi, how
okay.
you doing? But I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh my god, the meat is going to be crazy.
I know. You don't want to be rude and say, shut up, I might talk to the spirits. Not humans, don't you know?
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, totally. Yeah. But yeah, we talked about that one, didn't we? And we said maybe the
Yeah, we did.
dogs. Yeah, maybe the dogs picked
So
up
is
on
that what
that.
you like the best, is cemeteries then? Or is as you said, it's just because that's local at the moment?
Yeah, just literally that's because it's local at the moment. I have been. It's hard. I've been trying to find abandoned locations that I can go to and explore as well, but I just can't find any around here. And the ones that I can find, I can't get into. Obviously, legally boarded up
Right.
and
I
things
know.
like that. Now there was somewhere that I want to go, which you can do after tomorrow because lockdown's
Whoop,
being
whoop. Yep.
lifted.
Yep. We're nearly
Celebrate
there
that one.
completely.
So I can go to Wales.
Oh, wow. So you're quite
Mm.
close to Wales then, at the border.
Yeah, northwest, so quite close. Yeah, quite close to Wales.
Good. I like Wales. I
Um,
can't wait to get to Wales, Kaz, and
oh,
England, honestly. I've loads of
brilliant.
places planned, honestly. Be
Yeah,
great.
it's going to be a good year. It should be a good year. Um, yeah, no, I was just doing cemeteries really just trying to make connection and just see to keep that whatever it is that I feel that's inside me, keep that going. Sorry, my phone's going off.
You're
Yeah,
okay.
excuse me. Yeah, just keep that going. Just like to keep trying to make connections
Uh-huh.
and putting up the pieces. I did promise May though. I did promise her because she'd been so sweet, and I just felt so strange when I was there asking the questions. I felt like I could feel that this woman was quite a gentle, like quite a soft soul. Was
Right, so
that?
have you got gifts, Kaz? Do you feel you've got gifts to connect?
Um, yeah, honestly, if I really like look deep down in my heart, and that definitely I think so, because I mean I started hearing things when I was 7,
Right.
and over the years I found out who that little girl was that was talking to me, and then I actually eventually saw her, and then I moved around a lot. I lived in Cornwall for 7 years, spent a lot of time at the spiritualist churches, a lot of time going to um, the fairs,
Right, uh-huh.
all the fairs, and having tarot card readings, all things like that. And I practiced my Reiki level 1, and I passed that.
Oh, nice. Good
And I did my
stuff.
Reiki level 2, and I passed that too. So
Good.
hands-on
That's
healing sort
good.
of thing.
So you would think you'll take that further then, Eureka?
Well, I'd probably have to go back and do my Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 again, with it being such a long time,
Right.
because they're all under like different systems and stuff, like different masters and different generation of masters. And now that I've moved, I won't get the same woman that I did that with.
Oh,
So you
right.
really need to sort of be with the same person,
So she
and
can put you
then
through your
through
different
to
levels.
you, yeah, and then you become the master, and then you can then put people through their levels if you wanted to.
Right. Good.
Me personally, just like it as a practice, but I get feelings, I get senses and emotions, and so I have seen things. I've seen quite a lot of things over the years.
Wow.
Man, I've
What's the
had some.
most scary?
Sorry,
What's the most scary that you've seen then?
the most scariest
Uh-huh.
thing, right? I'll tell you the most scariest thing for a while. Um, I don't know how hard to explain this. I'm just getting going weird even talking about it, but
You don't need to talk about it if you don't want, Kaz.
No, it's
That's
cool.
perfectly
It's
fine.
cool. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's just bringing back some memories. But
Uh-huh.
for a while in my old flat, my old flat that I was living in, I'd have like sleep paralysis.
Right.
So, I'd be asleep and then I'd be able to open my eyes, but the rest of my body can't move at all,
Right.
totally
Uh-huh.
paralyzed.
Wow.
And three black figures were coming from the corner, like towards me and
Right.
towards me
That'd
and
be
towards
scary.
me. And the one in the middle was the tallest. Sorry, not like fuck you. The one in the middle, he was the tallest, and there was two that looked like they had cloaks on. Now this happened to me another time. So I had like a bedside table like that. I'm in bed, shelving to this side. Um, it got so bad that I had this like paranoia all the time. So I'd take my keys, the mobile phone, the house phone, a knife, whatever, stuff like that to bed with me, put it on the side, everything with me. On this one particular night, I was asleep and so I'm lying down, so my hand is up here in the air somewhere, just suspended in the air,
Wow.
and I couldn't move it. And again, these three black figures were kind of like
Coming
toward your heart,
towards
just
you.
palpitations. And does anybody remember that film, Kill Bill?
Oh, I remember Kill Bill.
Yeah,
Do you remember Kill Bill,
okay.
guys?
Remember Kill Bill, right? And she's in a taxi and she got all messed up and everything, and she
Mm-hmm.
couldn't move, and she was like telling her mind to move a little toe. She was
Uh-huh.
like, "Move your big toe," or whatever it was. Move your big toe, and I was literally like, "Move
Try
your
to do it.
hands."
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, move your hands, because they were coming closer and closer and closer and closer to me. And as soon as I could move my hands to grab my keys and stuff, and I
Right.
can sit up, they're gone.
They're gone. See, that's crazy. That's sleep paralysis to me. I always thought that was dead rare. But see, the more that we're doing these interviews and things, there's more people coming out with their stories of that. Just makes you wonder though, do you feel it is spirit though, or it is something psychological? Do you feel it's spirit
It's
that's
spirit.
holding you
It's
down?
definitely spirit, and it's not
Definitely
nice.
spirits. Right.
Nasty, evil. You feel so frightened. You literally
Right.
feel like they've come to take you to die, sort of thing. Like it
Right.
is that serious,
Intense. Mm-hmm.
intense. Yeah, that serious, that intense.
So have you ever seen these
The
spirits anywhere else, or is it just with your sleep
the black,
paralysis you've seen them?
the no, the black thing. Right, yeah. When I was younger, from 16 onwards, did a Ouija board.
Oh, the usual.
Did a
Okay,
Ouija
we'll
board.
forgive you. You're not the first.
No, 16. Made my own. Did a Ouija board. Some people. Don't think we closed it down properly. Don't think we did it properly. But I went to
Right.
burn it outside, and I literally saw this black shadow go past my shoulder, like it come past, and then I was like, "What the?" I was like, "Nah, that didn't happen." Just went back up inside. But ever since then, I started thinking that I was seeing things at the corner of my eye, like little black things, and then it'd go, and then I'd be like, did that really just happen and stuff? And for years and years and years, and it's like I ended up naming him the trickster,
Right.
and now, like 24 years later, learned a lot, found out a lot, and found out a lot of people are naming it the trickster, and a
Right.
lot of people are seeing this shadow thing. And it followed me all the way down to Cornwall, and every spiritualist person that I spoke to, every medium, psychic, empath, everybody said that there was this negative entity that was like attached to me and was
Right.
feeding and draining off me and causing I had depression and was feeding off my depression and feeding off my fear.
Right.
And if he was to come around, if I was to see him, and they told me to imagine just like white light, like a shield.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So that's what if I did see it or whatever, I'd get myself into this like bubble and just think pure white, pure white, pure right, and just try and
Right.
pray it out.
Uh-huh.
That's what they were telling me to do, and then and then did a few things with a few people, a few spiritualist things, and I managed to get rid of it in the end. But
Right. Good. Good.
Yeah, got rid of it, but it was a long haul.
Process. I mean, things like that can be way to life. I mean, I don't want to tempt fate and touch wood, but things like that can go away for a while and come back, and it's probably did that, isn't it? Wait till you're vulnerable again and then showed up. I mean,
I'm not
spirits are
sure.
pretty dangerous.
I'm not sure if it's hanging out in Louise's room. To be honest, my partner's room.
Right.
Well, because there's something definitely negative in that corner. I can't tell you what, because I don't spend enough time in there, because I don't actually like being in that room. So I choose to sleep in the room next door.
Right. Right. Well, see, that's strange. That makes you wonder then if your gifts are more a gift to warn you and help you than gifts like to see the future and things like that. It's maybe you're dead really intuitive to these sort of entities.
Not sure. I think I have some like empath abilities, like sometimes when I touch things and pick things up, I can, it's like a flash or a word or something,
Right. That's
sometimes I get
interesting.
like a feeling, it's just like a feeling, and then might not come to me straight away. And then, I don't know, it just comes to me later, then I might say something and then I end up being right. So
Good. Maybe
it's
start touching
weird.
headstones and things and see if you can get a wee bit of communication through
Yeah.
headstones.
Yeah,
I've seen a
I
lot of
might
people
try.
do things like that and try that. I mean, I don't know if that would be quite a scary way to start your gifts off right enough to practice, to be honest with you. Maybe just normal spirits, like people that you know has just passed easily, and just touch their headstone and see if you can maybe get some sort of communication in your mind to see how they died. And there might be a way you could look it up, or even if you know the people personally,
True, yeah, true.
Really
Yeah, I'm always.
interesting.
It would be, yeah, something to definitely explore.
Uh-huh.
It's just I don't know. A few people just over the years have told me different things. Have said that you have got the abilities to do this and to see, to hear. It's just I think sometimes, because be honest, I do have depression and other things, and sometimes I've got physical problems as well, which is why
Right.
I don't go out too far because of the
Uh-huh.
walking thing.
Uh-huh.
So but what was I saying? Sorry.
No, you were
Lost my
just saying
train of
about the
thought
end.
then.
We originally was just talking about the entity. You had seen him with your sleep paralysis, and then he was kind of
Oh
following you.
right, that
You'd
was
seen
it.
him
Yes,
before.
sorry about that. Yes,
That's okay.
basically,
That's
basically,
okay.
I'll go and sleep in the other room, because the one night I did sleep in Louise's room when she was away, and I had the dog with me. Just went because
Wow.
something had happened in that corner, and then there was a bang from the wardrobe, and me and Millie just were
Oh,
like,
so your dog's
and
sensing them there as well, then.
oh yeah, oh she was just really unsettled, and then I had like tremendous, really bad anxiety. I just had to get
You
out of that
definitely
room.
can pick them up then, aren't you? Maybe it'd be worth setting up a camera when your partner's away next time, setting a camera up and try and figure out what's there.
Do you know what? We've said that. We said about
Yeah, we
buying
said that.
those them little webcammy things that you can put around,
Yeah,
for
put
your
in your phone.
Wi-Fi. Yeah, and then on have a look on your phone and stuff like that. I'm up for it. I'm really up for it, and I keep nagging her about it
Maybe
and
when they
saying,
want to
"Come
sleep in
on."
that room again, though, that's the only
And
thing,
she,
isn't it?
yeah, she's like, I don't want to be on camera. So
I'm
it's all
sure
right.
she'd love it.
Yeah, oh yeah, she'll look great on camera, but yeah, I don't want to be on camera. I'm just like, well, just only put you on if something happens, love. All right.
Right, I'll peel girl. That's a shame. So, where do you think you're going to start going to then, Kaz, once this lockdown is finally away from us? Where do you
All
think you're
right.
going to visit?
Excuse me. Okay. I've been looking at going to a old mental asylum. I think a
Wow.
lot of you probably will know it anyway. In Wales, in Denbigh, called Pool Park.
I think we've heard of that. I think it's
Uh
been
huh.
on YouTube. I think there's a few investigators been to that, or
Yeah,
have
yeah,
mentioned it at
yeah.
least.
Well, I went there way before any of those lot, I'm telling you,
Good.
because I went there like over 10 years ago.
Wow.
And yeah, I went there for the first time with a friend when we were doing a bit of urban exploring, and it was called Advance and Adventures, and we did it for a little while
Right.
because she had a car, so it was a lot easier. A lot easier, a lot warmer,
Definitely. Right.
a lot
The
warmer as
bike.
well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we went there in the daytime to check it out and everything, and we there was a door open and stuff, so we managed to get around and have a look, and it was really beautiful. Took a load of photos, and then we were like hyped up. We were like, okay, we'll go back at night, and I had this like EVP recorder, but with headphones and a mic put it into it. And the idea was I was going to film and then use the audio from that and do something with
Right.
that. And it was working fine, and our cameras were working fine, our equipment was working fine, the mic was working fine, and as soon as we walked up to the gate and you just looked up at this, wow,
Oh, this
it's
scary
just
place.
scary, yeah. At night, it's a different vibe. And we just like we looked up at it, and I was just like looked at my friend Laura, and I was like, are we doing
We
this?
really want to do this.
Yeah, are we doing this? I was like, come on, let's do this. And then I went to take a picture, and everything stopped working. Her camera stopped working. Her phone stopped working. It was a newer phone than mine. My phone didn't work. Nothing was
Kaz, we've
working.
had that so many times, and or you get home and it just won't upload or something. Honestly,
Got home, and the audio is all there in the car, walking. You can hear us walking, hear us talking, and then the rest of it's all gone until we're getting back towards the car.
right? We've had that loads of times as well. I did a session New Year last year, and I had done like a full ritual to contact my gran, my dad. That's like my grandpa and different family members and things. And I
Right.
get great communication. It must have been about for 30 minutes at least. It
Wow.
was still there. I edited all the video. I went up to upload it onto YouTube, and it totally disappeared. Okay, it wasn't even on my memory card or
No.
nothing. Honestly, I was so upset.
Wow. No, I
And
can
as if
imagine, and
it
I
was
do
really
believe it
good.
happens.
It's
Yeah.
as if they don't want you to put out your best evidence, isn't it? It's as if something
Mm-hmm.
just comes across and wipes it clean out.
Well, that's it. And then things that have been happening around the flat recently, like I can't get the evidence because it happened so quickly.
Do you
It's
want to
just
tell the
like,
guys what you did before you talk about the activity in your home, about the thing behind you, what you did with the Dybbuk box? She's got a Dybbuk box, guys, that she opened up. Do you want to tell them a bit about that, Kaz, before you tell them about your activity in your home?
yeah, sure. Well, when I first started Diary of the Dark on YouTube, I was buying what I were told and was led to believe were Dybbuk boxes. But the whole investigation was, is it a Dybbuk box or what is it? And some of these boxes ended up being witching, hexing boxes and stuff. Now, one of the boxes, before I show you this one, was probably about yay big sort of thing, loads of wax on it and all that. What did I have it in it? Had a few bits and pieces in it, but the most prominent piece that came out of this box was this goat's jawbone.
You see the teeth and everything on that? Look.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Did a lot of research on this, spoke to a lot of people online.
Did you know say there was symbols on the side of the box as well?
Yeah. There was hexing symbols, there was black magic, like Wiccan pagan symbols on that one. This one was slightly different though. Just save on file.
If I didn't have kids here, I would definitely get a Dybbuk box too, but I wouldn't risk it with having my son here.
I kept this one because I don't really feel anything negative from it. I think it's actually
See, people will make them up just to sell on eBay and things,
I
though,
think
won't they?
I did do one. I think this is made up, right? because I didn't really get a lot of results from it, to be honest with you. And the woman told me that these boxes came from the 1800s. Okay, so
Right.
let's just remember that for a minute.
Right.
1800s.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the box.
Okay.
Um,
Right. Does
it
look a
was
bit old, right enough.
666 and some. You see some symbols there.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Try and move it
Yeah, I
that way a
see them.
bit.
Uh-huh.
Right. Look like they've just been etched in quite recently. Definitely not
Yeah,
over.
no, maybe so old looking.
So 100 and odd years old. And then when it opens the box, there was another bit of bone.
Wow.
So I don't know if this woman just got a whole goat and sacrificed it and
Maybe it was last night's
got a bit
dinner.
of its skin, for a
Yeah.
coat and whatever, and put a few bones in it.
Yeah. Weird dog to get some dog hairs. Tuck it in.
Cleaned the bones, bleached them, looked like too clean.
Uh-huh.
And now the reason I said 1800s is because of this doll here, right? This
Oh, I
doll
had
was.
one of them when I was a kid. My auntie came across from South Africa and brought me a doll like that in the late 70s.
I'm South African, and
Are you? Yeah.
I am indeed. Hang on, I am a South African, but the arms were broken off deliberately, and then there was just like this random corkscrew. Now I got attached to this, and I think there's something behind this, which I
Right.
need to investigate because at the time I didn't
What
want
is
to
it? A
pull it down.
corkscrew?
Yeah, it's like one of the really old, like metal
Oh,
ones.
right. So it is. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But it's like when every time I touch it, I just want to play with it, and
Do you think
there's
that's
something
what they
about
used to
it.
subscribe the things into the side then of the box, maybe?
Or was it used to? Or was it used as a
Something.
weapon?
Yeah. Could be
There's
something.
something, but 1800s plastic wasn't invented
In the
until
1800s, yeah. Exactly.
1907, I think 1907. So definitely not 100. Might be 50 years old, but it's not
Yeah,
that.
maybe. They're going to
You know.
exaggerate, though, just so you buy it, aren't they?
So I kept this one, and normally what I do with the other ones, if they're especially negative, if you do check out my YouTube channel, have a look at some of the earlier videos.
Well, we'll
They're
definitely have a look.
they're quite rough compared to what the quality of the videos that I do now. So it's just starting off. But
Yeah.
there's one I did like a Divot Box Diary series.
Yeah.
Um, there's one in particular that I'm trying to think of, and it was a little box. It might be called the Demonic Box Part 1, the Demonic Box Part 2.
Okay. We'll have a look.
That's weird. I don't want to give it away to people, but
Oh, don't
that
give it away.
had so
Strange
much
one, though.
activity, really a lot of activity with this little box. And then, like, I can tell you this bit because I didn't put this on online or anything, but
Yeah.
afterwards I had to get rid of it because it was that negative. But I burnt it. I've got like a fire bin outside. I do a lot of fire, like taking fire pictures and stuff and seeing
Yeah.
images.
That's cool, doing that.
I love doing stuff like that. So yeah, I burnt it in that, and it was wooden, and I can't say what it had inside it, but it was wooden. And this thing, honest to God, was like having purple and green flames coming off it. And for ages, it kept its structure, and it was cinders, like burning cinders, but it kept its structure of being
Right.
this chest, and everything around it was burning and collapsing. And it was just like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm
Just
staying
determined
here.
it was staying.
It was,
Right.
yeah, we got eventually it did burn, but
Yeah.
crazy stuff, like.
Wow. Goodness sake. So then now you've got activity in your home, ain't you, Kaz?
Oh, oh, crikey, yeah, yeah. It started a while ago. I was having a quick chat earlier on. It did start a while ago with our kitchen bin. It just opens up like that, and it doesn't go in. It's not a swing bin; just opens. For ages, something was like opening the bin and shutting it, and I mean it like 2-3 times, and
Yeah.
then it carried on for so long. We were just like, oh, the bin again. But it got to the point that it got so annoying that we've actually taken the bin lid off now and put it outside, and we just have an open bin. because it was just happening too much. And then there was like bangs and 3 days ago, we were just sitting over there at the sofa area. A partner was in the kitchen, and I just almighty loudest bang ever happened in the room. But we looked around and we were both startled. And I said, "Was that you?" And she's like, "No, no, no. Yeah, what have you done?" I was like, "Nothing." I was like, "What's fallen? What was that?" We looked everywhere. There was like nothing, but it came from this like a center of just space, and it was like a plastic ball and boom smacked into a plastic or something, just really loud, and we couldn't identify it.
Try to get your attention.
Yeah,
Are you
get my
scared to turn the
attention.
box and things on when things like that happen, or is it just because your partner doesn't really want to pay attention to it? Are you tempted to put the spirit box and things on when things like that happen?
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to. We've just had a few been decorating recently and whatnot, and just I think when she's in a bit of a better place, we're definitely going to do something like that. Yeah,
Right.
we've spoken about it. We're not sure maybe if one of her relatives might be hanging around playing a few jokes as well, because there's some stuff in Lou's room keeps moving. Now I was saying before, I had to sleep in another bedroom because I tried to sleep in Lou's room, and there was something that happened in the corner of the room, and I don't know what it was. And then there was a bang from the wardrobe. And then the dog was like, "What's that?" I was like, "What's that?" And my anxiety just went through the roof. I tried sleeping there. I couldn't. No, I just couldn't. I cannot. I don't even like say I go in there to watch a film with her or something. I can just about watch a film and then I need to get out of there. There's something,
Right, so it's that
something in there.
then?
It's depressing.
Is your partner okay sleeping in a room like that?
No, she's been getting really bad anxiety as well, and it's actually, don't think she mind me saying, but she has depression as well,
right,
and sleep problems and stuff. But this isn't helping, the bangs and stuff, and she's got a few things in the room that she puts around, and some of those get moved.
Maybe better take some pillow wood or something and try and clear the energies a wee bit.
Yeah, well, I've just got a massive bunch of sage actually. So
right.
I was on about cleansing the place, going around and doing a big proper cleansing, doing it properly.
I'm just wondering if it maybe is attached to something in her room then, seeing as it kind of stays to that area.
Yeah, I mean,
it's okay
to the corners.
but you need to really find what it is that's causing the activity, because if you don't do that, then there's no point in cleansing, really, is there?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, absolutely, that's true. Yeah, we'll definitely do some necrophonic sessions and
try and figure it out. That could be a lot to do with our problems.
You what, sorry?
That could be a lot to do with our problems, why she is feeling so low and things, is the activity in her bedroom.
Yeah, it could be, absolutely. And she's up for it as well. She said, yeah, when she's just feeling a little bit better, she said, yeah, we'll investigate my room, her room and stuff, and we'll see if we can get any answers. I'll try everything. I'm going to get some cat balls because I believe they're really good.
They are good.
My EMF's not been doing anything tonight.
No, I've not really called any spirits in here tonight. I must admit, all I did was my usual prayers.
No, sometimes they just show up and it just starts going. Sometimes it'll be really quiet.
We could play with the cat ball. Remember, okay? Just letting you know.
And for any spirits here, you can definitely come up and touch the EMF meter. I do not mind.
We get some great activity through the lives. Honestly, sometimes they just wonder. But we were saying that last night as well. It's as if the spirits, as technology has evolved, it's as if the spirits are evolving with it, because they jump back and forward to people's homes. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. If you think about it, especially as well now that we have things like the internet, there's more platforms for them to run through. To run through electrical currents and to have that control and to say hello and pop up whenever they want to, really, because we've got more to use, but then they've got more to use as well to communicate with us. So,
So what's your favourite equipment then? I'm going to start, if I'm thinking about starting going back a wee bit traditional and starting using bells and things, would you consider anything like that?
I considered using, what are those things called? The
Oh,
sticks.
I can't believe, what's the name of them guys? Oh, the divination rods.
Yeah,
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 divining rods.
yeah. I
Yeah, I'd
can't
like
remember
to
what
get
they're
them as
called.
well. They'd be interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting some of those and doing like, yes, no sort of answers and things like that with those. I wouldn't mind trying that. Equipment wise, I'm a bit limited at the moment, to be honest with you. Most of it, I've been spending most of my money on my video equipment and stuff, but I'd like to get the S box,
Right, that's a
the
good
S
one,
box.
isn't it?
Yeah. Just because I heard a few issues about the PSB7 and the PSB11 that you can actually. Did you know that the SD card that goes in those you can pre-record onto, but the SD.
I've got one of the original ones. Remember, I told you mine doesn't
Oh
take a
yeah, you
memory
can.
card or anything.
Right.
Mine's is
Well, they
dead
do.
style.
Right. Well, they do, but the S box can take a memory card, but it has to have nothing on it at all. So
Right,
it
so
won't
brand
accept it
new
if there's
one.
something on it. So
Yeah.
that's more just, I kind of like say, more proof that I'm not messing around with it. I haven't preloaded anything. This is all genuine, legit stuff, So, but I do like the EMF meter. It's one of my favourites when I've got it, with me.
Definitely, I had it. It's good for yes and no answers. I find the
Yeah,
EMF and the cat balls and things.
yeah.
We've been using a lot the Spirit Talker app. Have you used that yet? The one that Haunted Finders made.
No, not yet. I've been playing around with one which is I think it's called the SRS app.
All right.
Um, it was in a couple of quid. I've been playing around with that one. That's quite okay. It's all right when it does work. It does work. It comes out with some spooky stuff.
Good.
That's all I have.
Necrophonics, though, isn't it? The necrophonic was really eerie. I used it
Yeah.
at New Lanark and I said to the spirits, so do you think the necrophonic can talk to just normal spirits? And it actually said that it reaches a lower entity. It's on one of my New Lanark videos. I can't remember the exact words, but it was basically saying that it reaches a different vibration. I find
Really?
that the necrophonic, definitely, and the necrophonic. It said that the spirits told me that themselves. And if you listen to it, you can hear in the background, if you ever listen to it back through headphones, you do hear other entities in the background, as well as the spirits that you're talking to at your location. You can hear them in the background. You just don't know what they're saying because they're talking in a different language.
Yeah.
Really strange.
Like there's a big conversation going on behind everything else and stuff. Mine gets so busy sometimes that I have to try and sort of tell him to, try to sort of calm down and get in some sort of order. I will listen to you, but can you try and speak one at a time, sort of thing, because there's a lot coming through. Sometimes I find it hard to understand it all until I've played it back. And then I'm gutted because I've missed bits that I could have responded differently to at the time. But you don't know, do you, till you get
promise
back.
if I knew that spirit was there, I would have answered you, sorry.
How many more?
Poor spirits. It's as if you're ignoring them. I always say, I will hear it when I play it back, and I'll come back and address you.
Yeah, definitely.
The spirit talker works much like an ovulus. It comes up with the different words, and it's actually got like sentences and things as well. The spirits can say sentences and things. It's really good.
What's that app again? What's it
Spirit
called?
Talker.
Spirit Talker.
It's $2.99 off your Amazon. I was about to say your Play Store or your Apple Store.
Yeah.
$2.99. Spirit Talker. I'll give you a message. Yeah, if you forget, just message me and I'll tell you what it says, what it is. Okay?
I'll probably get that on Wednesday. Yeah, I'll get it on Wednesday. Give it a go.
You know Lex, don't you? For Parachills.
Yeah.
Lex was telling us that it's good because it doesn't. Some apps tell you to give permission to activate your mic or your camera or something, and this one doesn't. It doesn't ask for any permissions at all. So it's can't activate your mic or your camera or anything. So it does work off a spirit talk. It's really good. It's a brilliant app.
Yeah, it sounds it actually. Yeah, I'll definitely give that a go.
It's better than paying
Wednesdays.
£90 for an Ovilus, isn't it? Sometimes more than 90, depending
How
on the
much
one
are
you get.
they?
They're
How much?
expensive. You can get them for about £100. One of the really early Ovuluses, but the
Yeah.
ones that's been brought out in the last couple of years, you'll not get one under about £200. They're really expensive.
Wow. That's
I know.
crazy.
I
I
know.
do like that though.
I know.
I've
See, I
seen
like the thought of
mine
that as well.
CTV.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
I like the
Yeah,
thought of the spirits coming through and
yeah,
that because you can tell that they're actually having a conversation. It's brilliant.
yeah, definitely. That's something that's worth saving up for, isn't it?
Uh-huh. I mean, the
Definitely
spirit
something.
box is good, but it's so hard to hear the spirit in the moment with the spirit box, isn't it? Until you hear it
Yeah,
back. And it's
yeah,
good to get that good evidence right in front of you that it's telling you your name, it's naming things. It's brilliant.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd like something like that. I am definitely going to say for the S box first. Like I said, there's pool park that I'd like to go to. I'm probably going to have to go in the daytime just because of my own safety
Yeah,
of being
definitely.
on, being on my own. Even though I'm a
Yeah, go
big
first,
girl, I can
definitely.
look after myself, but for my own safety, I think I'll probably go set off in the morning, take a packed lunch, take a flask of coffee, all that,
Right.
get my camera gear, fly down to Denby, have a look around there, and then obviously fly home. But in June, I might even go live for a bit on this one.
Oh,
June,
good.
June the 9th, I am taking the other half to Riffin Castle in Wales for 2 nights, spa and
Good.
hotel.
That'll be good, Kaz. Honestly, there's a lot of people talk about the Welsh castles. They're very active.
This one, apparently, did you hear that?
I've not got headphones on, Kaz. I'll not hear it. Did any of you get headphones on in chat? Did you hear anything?
Did anyone
Hi,
just
sis. Did
hear?
you hear anything?
Did anyone hear a girl just say yes?
Sherry, did
Oh,
you hear anything? Sherry can
okay.
pick up spirits just to see if she heard anything.
As we were talking, then it came just straight through my ear. Yes.
She's maybe not got any headphones on.
No.
I'll
Right.
listen to it back and see if I can
Yeah.
hear anything.
Yeah.
47
Sorry about
minutes,
that,
I'll not
guys. It
remember
just,
that. No, it's okay,
you
47
know.
minutes, I'll remember that and I'll have a wee listen.
Yeah. Honestly felt like somebody else was about to talk to me. She said yes. But
Happens a lot on the lives, Kaz, honestly.
that's crazy. That is crazy. Um, Yeah, so yeah, we're going to Riffin Castle. It's a massive, massive castle. It is a hotel and spa. I did it for 2 nights because it's a bit right. This is a bit wrong, really. It is quite expensive, so I've got to save up for it and stuff, right? And you can't check in until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a hotel and spa, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So okay, so we've got the evening and the night time. So then, obviously, the next day, if you were checking out in the morning, when would you get time to use the spa and everything and stuff? It didn't make sense. So
Well,
I
that's it, isn't it?
booked it for 2 nights, and I thought, so the first night we'll go there, we'll chill out, have something to eat, whatnot. Then we're going to do a tour, a video tour of everywhere. We're going to go outside, crack open the Necrophonic app, maybe the S box if I've got it by then as well. Do some investigations around the castle and see what happens, because apparently it has got something to do with King Arthur. I was reading.
Right.
Riffin Castle Hotel and Spa. If you guys look it up, we are going for 2 nights. So the next day we can enjoy the spa, chill out and all that, have a good massage, and then have some dinner, and then back to like a little bit of ghost hunting. So
Sherry said
that
that she sees 3 spirits around you. One's a
3.
little Irish,
Oh
young
yeah,
Irish girl, about 10ish.
to my left, to this side. Do
Sis, do you want to come up? And you
you
can
want to
tell
come in?
Kaz yourself what you see. You want to come up, sis? I see her there. Yeah, she's got to come up. Wait, I'll send you the link, right?
Cool. 3, Trinity as well. There's definitely a girl saying yes.
I'll need to remember. I'll listen to that back. 47 minutes. I'll need to remember that. Put a bit Sherry up, guys, and see what you can see. I don't know if that's it. I'll try it again. I'll do it through the normal messenger. If you hear the scratching noise, guys, it's my dog up the stairs. She's obviously trying to get comfy on the floor.
Oh, bless her.
She's terrible, honestly. What's she like?
Oh, I do have something to tell everybody, but I have just remembered while we're
tell
trying
them
to.
now while we get Sissy in. If you
Yeah,
want.
try and get. Is it Cherie? Is that how she
Sherry.
pronounced?
Yeah,
Sherry. Right. Sherry, baby.
A bit to get her in. See what she sees in your home.
Funny, I've got 2 meant to be haunted dolls here. One's 19, and the other one, I think she died when she was 9.
I've sent it through Messenger, Sherry. I don't know if you get it. I'll just keep the Messenger up a wee second to see if it drops. Yeah, she's got the link. Just waiting her coming in, guys. Welcome, sis.
You right?
All right.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, no, I'm not very well, but yeah, you've got 3 energies around you.
Really?
There is a girl around you that I'd say is around 10, but you've just said about a young girl that you know that was meant to have died.
Mm-hmm.
She seems quite drawn to you, and I get a protective energy from her. Like she's protective to you, and you'll probably get like little sensations from her. You might feel a brush up your arm or your hair where she touches to let you know that she's there.
No.
Do you think that's that she heard then? Shit, sis.
That's my little girl. That's from my. Wow.
And I get I thought I heard like a little girl say something. I didn't hear if it was yes, but I did hear what sounded like a little girl's voice. I just didn't quite hear what she said.
Brilliant, thank you for that confirmation there,
Sherry. There is a little girl. She's got like dark hair. She's really, really pretty looking. She's got some, from what I can see, she's got like blue, like her eyes look bluish. I don't know if it's because of the energy around her or anything, but she shows me the signs that she'll brush your arm and your hair.
Yeah, that's really
does
weird.
It a lot around you when you're upset. She kind of tries to comfort you, and she's also your protector. She protects you. She keeps you safe.
But I'm noticing. Do you know what her name is? Is her name Emily or? I'm just trying to think. I did have a little girl.
I'm just listening to see if I can hear her say when you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Not Emily. I swear I just heard like mum or mama.
Mama.
She maybe thinks you're her mum. Or she's took you to be her mum. She's maybe put you as a mum figure.
Maybe when Emily left, maybe she's come into my life to help me because it's a long story of Emily, but I ended up she's at rest now.
Right.
She doesn't need to be around me anymore. She's at rest. She's at peace. She's back where she should be, and she's safe. But that's another story that went on for many years. And
Could it maybe still pop in,
Yeah,
though, Kaz, to see you?
a lot of people say that. They'll say like, oh yeah, like they've lost children, I've put them to rest. But the thing is that you're naturally blood linked. They will not leave you no matter how much you put them to rest. They'll be at rest. They can go back to that place, but she will still be around you. You're her mum.
really,
They have that blood link. They never ever leave you. No, none of your family
wow,
will leave you. They'll always be around you.
Yeah. And they will pop in, won't they,
And
sister,
that's where
especially
people
if
get
she's low.
mixed up. They go, well, if they're here, they're lost. Not always. They can be the other side and still come here and visit. It just means there's a safe passageway for them to come back and forth from each world.
wow. Thanks for that, Sherry.
But there is
That's
there is more of
amazing.
a negative energy around you, not demonic, but very
Hmm.
mischievous. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that some like
Oh, you weren't
pushing,
in when
that
she
you
was
might feel
talking about that,
like
sis. She was
pushing.
already. Yeah, she said about that. I don't think you were
Literally, I
interested.
come in at the end, like towards the end, when she was talking about the boxes, but
Right.
I'm feeling that she has this feeling sometimes where she's being pushed and she's being held down. This negative energy. It's trying to consume her. It's trying to bring out the negative energy she's feeling when she's unwell to try and feed. It's not demonic, but
Right.
it's not a good energy, and it's not
That's
one
what she
that you want
said,
in there.
wasn't
Remember
it?
what we were saying about before?
Yeah.
He's
Those
quite a
three
tall.
shadows.
He's quite a
So,
tall energy, and
so
sometimes you'll feel him behind you, like he's hovering over. You'll feel somebody standing behind you, and it makes your
ah,
hairs stand up.
Wow.
I thought he'd gone. I know what you're on about completely. 100% know what you're on
So
about.
do you know if that's the entity that's active in our house just now then?
That is the energy I'm seeing walking around her at the minute. I can see him standing behind her at the minute.
So he
He
is
doesn't
coming
go
back and
very far
forward,
from her or
Kaz.
anything like that.
He is coming back
That's
and forward then, isn't he? Because he seems to go away. She's seen him 2 or 3 times in her life, and he seems to go
Yeah,
away and come
I
back.
I get that there is a link with him and her, but I do feel like that he's not always there, but he's always watching her. He always knows
Right.
what
yeah.
she's doing, how she feels. He's just got that connection.
And he sometimes visits me at night sometimes, and like
Yeah, well, if you think about it, at night time, like a lot of spirits will communicate with you at night when you're starting to go into your sleep paralysis. That is the easiest way for them
yes,
to be able to get through to you. And it's the
Oh, we
easiest
said
way
that.
for negative energies to be able to consume as well more. So when you're going to bed and you're resting, if you think you're shutting your mind down, you're becoming calm, that gives an open way for a spirit to come in, which can cause body paralysis, it can cause the
yes,
premonitions, out of body
yes.
experiences, all these sort of things can happen through that.
The talking to we were having a private conversation earlier on before we came on here and stuff. I think we were anyway. I can't really remember. It's been a bit of a long night, but um, I sleep talk like a lot, but it's like full on conversations as if the people are literally in front of me for real, and we're just chit
Have you
chatting
ever
away.
considered that you're not just talking, that you might be talking for them? Put an
Oh,
EVP,
I have
Yeah,
put an EVP
EVP.
or a recorder on, because sometimes I know somebody that I used to work with that went through the same thing, and they thought that they were just having conversation with them and that, yeah. And
yeah,
the fact is you're a channeler. You can channel spirits, but you don't know how to do that yet. So you're doing it through sleep. So record it, because you will hear different voices coming out. That is them
okay.
talking through you. They're trying to get messages out.
We were talking about that.
Wow.
You set that recorder up at night, weren't
And
we?
I
Trying
would
to figure out what you were saying.
recommend that you have lots of things like sages around you, crystals, things like that next to you on your
Yeah,
locker, just to keep you grounded, so that you're not
right.
affected in a negative way.
Yeah, I'll probably take some of the
Yeah,
crystals and stones that I have over here. My light's just gone off. But the crystals and
yeah, it will
stones
do,
and
because
stuff. Well,
they can hear what
Empty
I'm saying.
soul
They can hear what I'm
chaos.
saying, and they're agreeing with it. And when
do
I
you know
said
what? That's
about you
crazy.
being
You've
a
just
channeler, that's when it went
thank
off,
you.
because that's right. You
Yeah.
are a channeler. You just don't know how to do it when you're
Mm,
awake. I'm a channeler. I channel
yeah.
spirits.
Wow, it's
So
amazing.
I can pick
Maybe
that up.
maybe we should get together and have a talk sometime, and
Yeah,
Oh,
you can maybe
definitely.
teach her, Shirley. Yeah,
maybe
Sherry,
you
sorry.
can teach me some ways, show me some ways, maybe help me deal with some of the things that I've been dealing with and have been feeling negative and stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And maybe
But a lot of
it's
grounding
the
and stuff is really
depression.
good for you as well, like connections
Yeah.
with like nature, like even just standing out in your garden and taking your shoes off connects you to the
Yeah.
ground. It connects you to the
That's the
energy, which is a
quickest way,
protective
isn't it, as
energy.
well?
You need to
Mhm.
do those
I'm
sort of
South
things.
African. We're used to walking around with
Yeah.
our shoes off.
And then obviously when you're sleeping, when you're going to go to sleep, just make sure that you do your prayer of protection or whatever, put your stones and stuff around. You know, if you're wanting them to do something, it's okay to ask them, but make sure you only invite the good to do it. So you'll just
Okay.
say
Yeah,
something
just
like,
set
I
the rules,
invite
isn't
good
it?
spirit to come forward and communicate through me. I do not
And
invite the negative. You're not welcomed or invited, for I am power of Lord, and I am or I'm power of the divine if you're a witch like me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just say
Yeah.
those sort of things.
Yeah, I totally
Because
understand. I do something similar like that when I go out, you know, to
you're
the
you're
set.
open,
Yeah.
but you're not open to the extent that you want to be. Okay,
Yeah.
and there are ways around that. Like a lot of it with you is listening to yourself, because I think a lot of the time you'll get weird words pop in your head and things like that, and you'll just misjudge it as just random things, and it's not. It's them talking to you. It's them
Right.
communicating with you. So you need to start taking notice of what you feel and what you hear, because that is where it starts.
I will do that,
Mm.
Hun. Definitely. Thank you so much for that information. Thanks for the advice as well.
You're very
100%.
welcome.
And I'd love it, for us to get together and
I'm
actually
been
be
more
able
than
to talk
happy to get
about.
together with you. Like, no
Yeah.
problem. Like, even if I get like get Sister Drew to come up with me or
Yeah.
something, and we can all sit together and we can talk and that. Because I am quite educational and I do know quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
So
Sherry.
when it comes to
Sherry's
things like
good
that, so
teacher. Mhm.
Yeah, I
I'm like
know.
you.
I've
She's
watched
very
quite a few
forgiving
of your
girl.
videos. I do watch your videos
You
and
should
things.
watch my
So
videos, because you'll
I
actually
do.
see where I channel. You'll see that I've channeled children. You'll see where my voice changes and my character,
I've
everything. It
seen
just
some
goes
of them. I
completely
haven't
different.
seen all of them, admittedly, but I have seen some of them,
Yeah.
But I will do. But we should definitely do that. It's so funny because everything that you're saying now correlates to basically what we were talking about earlier. And I do have paralysis. I also now have sleep apnea as
Yeah.
well. And all those little things. I did
But
feel like there
know that
was.
these problems that you're having is not just because of your physical problems. Some of this is happening because it is
Well,
actually
she's not
them
connecting.
trying to communicate and connect with you. And they're making these things happen because they're trying to find a way of getting into you and you understanding that, because you're not quite seeing that yet.
Yeah,
And they're
no,
trying to make you see
I'm
that.
with you there. Yeah,
You know
totally.
what I
So
mean?
I
they're getting
need
a bit
some
impatient
help
now,
with
basically.
development. Some
Just
what?
patience. The best things and the most important things is patience and listening to yourself. You are the best tool in any paranormal equipment, not your equipment. Your equipment comes second. Yourself is the best tool
Yeah,
to
yeah,
learn to listen and feel. It's not always listening and hearing it, it's feeling it, seeing
yeah,
something. You could be sitting there washing up and you get a quick flash image or something, and you're like, you just brush it off as that you might. No, that's a vision. They're trying to show
yeah.
you. You've got to learn to focus into that to see more.
When you're saying though about this girl playing with my hair and stuff, it's really weird. I have felt that like, and especially since I cut
It's a
all my
comforting
hair,
thing. She does it
it's
mainly when you're like
where
upset or if you're unsure or something's
yes,
going on. She'll come. It's kind of a
yes, and
comfort
she
thing, but
just
it's also
like
letting you know that I'm here and it's okay. Don't worry.
yeah.
But
There's
she's looking
something
out for
that
you.
brushes up against my leg as well every now and then,
Yeah,
and it's nice. It's like maybe I don't know if it's like a dog or something, but um. Yeah, every now and then I feel this warmth and this brush. I don't know if I kind of sometimes think it might be an animal, but I'm not too sure.
to be honest, like without scaring you, you are a open magnet. You
And
have
that's it.
lots of spirit energy that wants to be around you and wants to communicate with you. You've just got to learn to open to that.
Mm.
And the more you're open to it, the easier it will become for you, because you'll understand what they're actually wanting and
Yeah,
how things work. At the minute, you're learning and you're
yeah,
seeing,
totally.
you're taking certain things on, but you're not seeing the other things. You're not seeing the most important things, which is when they're talking for you at night. That's why you need to do
Mm.
your video recordings and
Hmm.
your EVP things, because this is how you'll catch this stuff.
That's
So
brilliant. That's absolutely. Do you know what? I am going to do that. And it's funny. I do have an EVP device. It's not very good though. So I was talking to my partner about buying a new
Sorry,
one.
Chaos, if you get timed out, buddy.
because
I
they're
just got
not that
girls,
dear.
Flora.
So yeah, and we're talking about getting like CCTV as well, and the ones that go to your phone and all that and stuff. I was thinking of setting that up in my room, just doing 24-hour, well, 12-hour, nighttime
Yeah, exactly.
record
So
and
yeah,
just
do
see what
that. That's the
happens.
main thing you need to do, is do the recordings and stuff. And obviously, like I said, listen when you hear things or you feel things or you get a slight vision. Watch and take that in, because the
Yeah.
more that you focus and the more you vision that and the more you take notice of it, the more prominent they will come. They will become stronger because you're
Okay.
acknowledging it. That means you're accepting that ability. That's how
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah. Well, oh God, when I was
You're going
17,
away.
I went to see this woman, and she was basically saying that I had this little girl and things and whatever. There was a lot of other spirits around me, all waiting to
There
get
are a
into.
lot of energies around you, but a lot of them are trying their best to communicate with you, and some
And
of
I'm
them,
not getting
some
it
of
because
them are
That's
actually
probably why you feel
some of them are
overwhelmed
actually
sometimes.
beneficial to you as well, because some of them are actually your guides and other things that can help you to open in your other ability bits and your other
right.
sides, but they can't
Yeah,
communicate with you because you're not quite that open yet. So you need
yeah.
to focus on
Do
what they're
you,
saying.
do you think it's got anything to do with the fact though that when I was 17, this lady said to me, she did all this stuff that I didn't quite understand and things and that, and she said that she'd closed my crown chakra so that like to stop the
Oh, definitely. She's
activity.
closed her
Well,
abilities
yeah,
to
no,
her.
that
It's not.
can. But obviously, if you was, but like, if you had abilities and somebody is shut, it is going to be very hard for you to open it. You can open it again, and you never quite lose it. It's just that you forget how to use it because of
But I
what they've
can
done. You know
open
what I
it
mean?
again.
So you can open it. You can never
You can open
keep
it.
a third eye shut. It's just about
Right.
you believing in yourself and reopening yourself up again.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably.
Okay. Yeah, because I had to, because it was just getting too manic. There was too many of them, and it was driving me absolutely up the wall at one point. Being
The one thing
17.
I will say to you, to do that, you've got to be 100% sure that that is what you want to do. Because once you open it, you've got to accept that it is going to be busy and it's not always going to be nice. And there isn't just good spirits you need to help, there are negative spirits you need to help as
Yeah.
well. Everything is here for a reason.
Trust,
You know what I
trust,
mean? You've
believe.
got
Yeah,
to be able to, like you said, you had to
Take
shut
the
it at
good with the
17 because it
bad.
was too much. You've got to be in that place now where it won't be too much, and you've got to accept and learn
I
and
was
have
too
your
young.
walls.
I was too
Yeah,
young back then. You know what I
17.
mean? Yeah,
17, it is young. Yeah, I've had my
yeah.
abilities since I was 5 years old. I've been able to speak for spirits since then upwards.
Wow.
It does get easier if you stick at it.
Yeah,
You set boundaries,
You've
didn't
got
you,
to
sis?
remember, it's not just you learning. They've got to learn to communicate with you. They've got to learn your ways. So you're both fighting with each other at first because you're learning.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm totally up for that. I'm going to start reading some
yeah,
books.
lots of looking
Start
into
reading some
things. What
books,
the
talking to
main thing is
people.
just to look at yourself and to
Yeah,
listen to yourself. You're the best
yeah.
tool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you,
definitely.
darling. That's so many positive words there that I am, grateful for, and I really appreciate that. Thanks.
And I'll give you another positive word. You can do it. Just
Oh,
listen to yourself.
thank
Definitely.
you,
They're
darling. Thank you so
already trying
much.
to do it with you, so that it's obviously clear that it's there and you are noticing and feeling certain things. So you know your ability is still there. You've just got to
hmm
use
You
it.
said there was three things. Can you say what the third one was? I know you said a
There is
girl.
like I'm seeing like an oldish lady with grey curly hair, and
Right.
she's wearing what looks like a white blouse with like a pink rose thing going up it, and she's got these black trousers on. She's got quite a smiley face,
All
and
right.
she's
Definitely.
I thought it
look.
was going to be someone that else, but now it's not. Now I'm trying to think who that could be. Hmm. Interesting. I'm gonna play around with all this information that I've had, and yeah, I
Definitely.
might do some calling out and on my own and stuff,
Like,
and
yeah, do that. Ask for their
yeah,
names. What you got to think is you have got abilities, and it might not just be your loved ones that are around you. There'll be other spirits around you. So this
yeah,
lady I'm seeing could be one that's trying to
she's
communicate with you because you've got something you could help her with.
yeah,
Because what
yeah,
you've got to
definitely,
remember is spirits won't just go to anyone. They go to the ones that they feel most connected to. Okay,
yeah,
so she's got
definitely.
to be there for a reason.
hmm
It's just you finding out what that is.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna There's a
She's
lot.
not any harm. She's not negative.
No, I don't feel it's like I sort of feel things as well. And I don't feel in danger or anything. The black thing though, he is tall, yeah, and
He is. He's very tall. I can see
It's
him.
off the screen.
It looks like he's got like a cloak on, but he's not demonic. He
You
isn't
see what
demonic.
Citizen
He's
said, girls?
Citizen
say that again,
G.
sis.
There's some that are trying to be funny, Sherry. Can hear someone say, get Kaz to say, oh la la, the spirit's trying to be funny. So that
What?
will be the trickster then, won't it? He'll be just
Ooh
trying
la
to, oh la la.
Ooh
Ooh
la
la
la.
la.
Yeah, no. Like there are the spirits have very big
Thanks for that,
personalities, and they
Citizen.
still are very much like they were when they were living. So I could understand that. And again, obviously, Citizen's like me, so he picks up on things as well. So he's
Maybe
saying that,
talking about the way the lady was dressed, the nice trousers, a white blouse, the pink, thingy and stuff, and she's like, ooh la la, like, I don't know,
yeah.
be the way
Yeah,
she's dressed.
exactly.
Did you just hear that? I heard a whistle.
I missed that now because I was
I
talking.
heard like a whistle just come over them.
Yeah, sorry, hon, I missed that. I didn't hear that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
You
yeah,
pick
just
anything else
listen to
up,
yourself.
Citizen?
Just listen to
Citizen
yourself,
pick.
believe in yourself, and just follow your heart and what you feel, and just take notice of things, and you'll get there. It's already
Thank you,
halfway there
sweetheart.
because they're around you, so you just got to learn to
And we'll
Love, thank
definitely
you.
the ride.
get a three-way conversation going privately between the three years, or even just the two years. If you don't need me, that's fine. And
No, you
probably
can come
help you
on
with your
in.
gifts. Help you
Yeah.
to try and recognise them, sis, isn't it? Just
Yeah, we
recognise
should
the
do
ones
that.
are
We
good.
should.
We
Yeah,
will. We'll get on a
organise
private
something.
one day. We'll
Yeah.
get on a private and we'll sort that out. Like
Thank you
obviously at the
so
minute,
much, guys. Yeah, I really do appreciate the pair of you. I'm grateful for being here tonight and this opportunity to speak to you all and also to receive the information that Sherry has also given to us, which is so crazy to some of the stuff that we were talking about earlier on.
I know it matches
How
up so good, doesn't it?
doesn't it? You see, so it's
Just wait to
crazy
listen
one.
back, sis, and you'll hear what she was talking about beforehand.
Hey,
hello.
hey.
Yeah,
It's
no,
quite
like
crazy.
just listen to. Huh? Okay, that's right. My spirit always going, "Hi, Kaz, you've got the gift." I was like,
She's welcoming you. Welcome to the spirits inside.
"Yeah, no,
Oh.
just listen to yourself. Like, you're your own teacher. I can teach you, but it's you that's got to teach yourself as well. Like you've got it there. It's happening. You've just got to go with the flow and start listening to them a little bit more. Do the recording thing that I said to you about, because it'll be very interesting for you to see and hear the voices, because a lot of people think that's what it is, and a lot of them speak through people at night.
Citizen.
I mean,
Citizen feels positive energy around you.
That's
Is a very
very
positive person, can
positive.
feel the good energy from her.
yeah,
So
there
you're
is a lot of
Thank you
good
so
energy
much,
around us.
Citizen
She is
Z. Thank
protected,
you.
very
Love
much
to you.
protected. She's
And
protected
don't be
very much.
surprised if you see fairies round Sister Sherry's. You often see fairies in Sherry's background.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Oh,
We
yeah,
usually see
really?
orbs and fairies and things.
Wow.
We had an interview one day. There was me, Drew, and Age, and he see something come up at the side of me. And he was like,
Yeah.
He was so
couldn't believe it. It was
shocked.
like, what the hell
He's like,
was that? Like, yeah,
what, you
but
were
I
in?
have some
Wow.
mad things here.
He was so shocked, wasn't he?
It was like he must have rewinded the video about 100 times to have a look to make sure. Like,
Yeah, he
so
did.
it was very Chris.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
definitely going back later on and listening to that. When I thought I heard the girl say yes.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to it with earphones. I mean, it's
Definitely.
crazy because, as we were saying, it's as if the spirits are getting used to all the technology and they are jumping back and forward and they're using it to their advantage.
Yeah, totally. And there's so much more technology now, isn't there, as well?
Exactly.
And there's
It's
more
becoming more advanced now, so they are able to communicate a lot easier than before.
It's opening lines of communication, isn't it, up a lot more?
Hi,
Isn't it?
Lucy. Welcome. We've got Lucy done as well now.
What I'll do, sis, because it's your stream and that, and I'm not well. I'm literally sweating like no one's business at the minute.
Okay.
I'm
bless
going to
you.
go and sit back in your room, but
Okay.
I am here. But yeah, I'll sort out with Sister Dream a
Yeah.
time and a date, and we'll all get together and we'll talk about stuff and try and
No
get you
problem, sis.
help.
Oh, do you know
Okay,
what,
that's
darling?
perfect.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Sherry. I am so grateful. It's really lovely to talk
Oh,
to you and
don't be
see
heard the
you.
whistle.
Go
Yeah,
look
you're
after
very
yourself.
welcome. You're very
Don't be
welcome, and you
heard the
look after
whistle.
yourself as well. And good
Okay.
spirits look after her.
And yeah, same to you, and plenty of
See you soon.
vitamin C.
Right,
Yeah,
sis.
and
Speak
Sister
soon.
Drew, love
Thank
you.
you.
See
Love
you in
you
a bit.
too.
Bye-bye.
Speak to you in a bit.
Ooh,
There you go. She'll
there we
definitely
go
help you.
then.
She'll help you to recognise where how to do your energies and things.
That's it, because I never say that I'm definitely this or I'm definitely that, or you know, I don't proclaim to be something that I'm not. I
Uh-huh.
just have, like we were talking earlier on, I just sometimes get these little things, sense these little things, feels little things. But it's very interesting, very interesting. For one, that I have another little girl again,
Mm-hmm.
which now that I know, and we can draw into that sort of more, try and open up a way that we can try and communicate, you know.
Communicate. Uh-huh.
And the black thing, oh, he's
But
gonna have to
Sherry will
go.
help. Sister Sherry will help you all that. She'll help you recognise when it's around, and we'll
Yeah,
also the twos will guide you. I mean, as you know, the twos are witches, so we
mm,
will help you try and deal with that.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
right, but she, you know what I mean. She didn't even listen to that. I don't think that first
No,
bit
she
when we
wasn't
were
in.
saying she wasn't
She
even
wasn't
there
in.
for it with the
Yeah.
shadow things we were talking about, the paralysis, and she came in later on with the box, didn't she? So
Yeah.
so what an amazing night,
Yeah, she
fantastic.
does. She sees things round about you. She usually reads quite a lot of people when they're up on the panel, and she'll give us a bit of advice. The same as Citizen does as well. Citizen's good at reading the energies, and Lucid as well.
Yeah, thanks, Citizen C. Thanks for your comments tonight. I really appreciate that. So thank you so much.
So, Kaz, before we do finish the interview up, do you want to tell us anything else that we've maybe missed out on because we got a bit sidetracked? Is there anything that you want to tell us
Uh,
that's coming up in your channel, even on your
yeah,
Facebook?
yeah, right. It is not going to be on my Facebook, so you do have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hang on.
That's it, Citizen, isn't it?
Yes, yeah,
Definitely.
true,
Mm-hmm.
true, definitely. One day, though, who knows? We might be
Yep.
able to develop that. But yeah, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, you're making me blush.
Oh,
So you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Diary of the Dark, because basically I am going to try and do a mini series. It's going to be here, but it's going to be something completely different. I am going to be not normal Kaz. I'm going to become
she
something
does good
else.
makeup, guys. She dresses herself up in makeup and things, and it's really good the way she does it. Yeah.
I'm a little freaky weirdo, and I just like to have fun and dress
That's
up
it.
and scare the
I bet the
neighbours.
spirits love it. I
I
bet you
bet they probably
any
do.
money the spirits love it.
So it's basically story time with it being a diary of the dark. Diary of the Dark for me was just like my online journal. Basically, that's what the meaning of Diary of the Dark is, and the dark is obviously the other side of life as well. So I wanted to go darker. So I am bringing in story time, which is going to be the diary journals. And I want people's stories. I want your stories. I want your creepy stories, your spooky stories. Maybe something's happened to you. Maybe something's happened to a friend of yours. It can be a short story, it can be a long story, it can be anything at all that's happened. Send them in to diaryofthedark@gmail.com. And basically, I am compiling a mini series. I'll let you into one thing, there'll be a voiceover change, and it's going to be told. If anybody can remember the good old 80s creep style kind of way. Creep show.
Right? I can remember that.
Creep show starts
Mm-hmm.
off with skeleton and he's like, "Arr!" and so tells a bit of a story and stuff. So there's a bit of a surprise with that, bit of a twist. I hope you guys like it. It is meant to be spooky. Let's see if I can pull it off.
I think it'll be very interesting to tell you the truth. I've never
Mm.
seen it really done before in YouTube and things. It'll be good.
And you will definitely, I can tell you guys, 100%, I don't think you'll ever have seen what I'm about to do on YouTube before.
We're
So
on treats. You better hit that subscribe button, guys. Get it hit the now, please. And hopefully we can get Kaz above 100 subs, guys. You know how hard it is to get above the 100. We'll try and get up to their 100 subs. And remember, she has got Facebook as well. So, same name, Diary of the Dark. And keep an eye on her Facebook because she will probably update on there. Do you not, Kaz? Do you update on Facebook? Everything
Yeah, I'm on Facebook every single day. Always uploading, always trying to promote my YouTube, trying to promote my. I'm on my Instagram as well. I have written it down there. It's Diary of the Dark, but it's underscore.
Oh, that underscore
After
between
dark.
the right.
My Instagram.
I'll find you on them as well, and I'll get them shared out as well.
Yeah,
Those
and it's
links.
just Diary of the Dark on YouTube and on the Facebook group. Just search Diary of the Dark. But if you do go onto Instagram, it is Diary _ of the Dark.
Right.
So I'm on there. You can get in contact with me there.
And
please.
also, you've got a competition, haven't you?
Oh yes! As soon as I hit that 100 sub mark, as soon as we hit it, right, every single person that is subscribed to my channel, their names are going into a hat. I'm basically going to pull out a winner. We've got a choice of 1 of 4 horror t-shirts that are really cool to win. Pennywise, It Clown. We've got 1 of 4 movie posters that are framed.
Yeah, it's a good giveaway, guys. Honestly, I've seen it on their Facebook page.
Bit like something like that. One of the movies.
Cool.
So you get something like that framed. A couple other bits and pieces as well. I'll give them a couple of weeks to claim the prize. If that person doesn't claim the prize, then I'll pull another name out of the hat until someone does.
That's it.
And then there'll be a winner. So let's get to that 100 sub mark, and then we can get this competition going.
Yep, definitely. Please subscribe to her, guys. She's a great girl, and honest to God, see her videos and things. She does them just like I do them. She's down to earth, no faking it or anything. I know it is about talking to the spirits. It's no antagonise them. It's no none of that you see sometimes. It's just pure spirit talk, what to get their story out there. So remember, guys, please subscribe to her on her Facebook as well, and we'll get Kaz back in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how things are going, will we? See how the competition is going. Right, Kaz, we'll say goodnight to chat, and we'll have a blather backstage for 5, if that's okay.
Absolutely. And remember, guys, I will see you all on the dark side of the moon. Thanks you so much.
Thanks for coming, everybody, and I'll see you all soon. Right, Citizen, we'll set up an interview for this week or next, okay? If that's all right. Right, Citizen's going to be in the hot seat soon, guys. So keep an eye out, please. Thanks for coming. Blessed be.
Thanks, guys. Blessings to everybody too. And thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Catch you in a bit.